Hey guys, it's me again, and as you can tell, my girlfriend is sleeping. Then I don't want to message her. What do you guys think the videos have been listening? Pretty much got everything off my chest I need to, because I'm trying to be, because I'm generally a positive person regarding, what's that word? See, I'm tired. You can tell I'm tired. It's a word, concerning the cards that, just how, things have panned out. Some people say, oh, I know someone who's, had a worker say to me, it's a friend doing like a friend worker. Oh, I know someone who has ADHD. Now, my girlfriend, she thinks I don't have it, so that's interesting because she's been diagnosed with severe ADHD, but she's got a full-time job and she pays all the bills and, pays her own bills, and she's on top of all of these things, so it's important to know about these stories, because it's always like, just a number. 70% of you are struggling or whatever. Just coming up with a number. So I know it's like 80% of all people autistic combined. When you put it all combined, like mild, moderate, severe, it fluctuates between 75% and 85% unemployment. There's a guy like me who finally was able to push past the sabotage and things like that, and hold on to a full-time job all year round. For the first time when I was 27, I held on to it for 3 years and decided, you know what, I'm going to go to another type of industry and see if I can and push myself to hold a job there. And they were both minimum pay rates, but I held them both for 3 years, and that was big encouragements, for me. Now it's like, yeah, I'm going to go to six-figure. Yeah, because I got a bachelor's degree. I graduated high school, got a bachelor's degree. It's a well-known thing that we're not stupid. And I got a national certificate in youth studies, and so I'll bring the money in, was that things are just, some things people are made up for, some things are just not made up for you, but some are. Like, when I was younger, I wanted to hook up with like certain woman in that, but now that I've come to terms with, and I actually am now proud of how I am, because I come to the realization that, one, it's never going to change, and I have its strengths as well as weaknesses. So obviously society is centered around its weaknesses, but that doesn't mean you don't have strengths. It doesn't mean that you can't songwrite. It doesn't mean that you're not a good performing artist. I mean, it doesn't mean that I won't get to six figures. And if I was like being mocked or led on, like, sometimes I just, some melancholy, like, when you're not into something anymore, but you just search up every here and there. So there's a guy called Terry Joel Jr. He was talking about how, like, just his life stories. Well, I think that a lot of things are just not meant to be for some people, and some things are meant to be for people, because looking back, I had different women who had their eyes on me, but they were all like autistic or ADHD, and I was trying to hook up with these people who were like neurotypical and maybe had like the hottest, because some autistic people are attractive, like like if I put on, you guys see me put me when I'm dressed to the nines. Now imagine me being 15 years younger, so physically looking, I didn't fail in that way. It's just that when I started talking to all these hot girls, like, I'd get like 2 or 3 conversations out of them, but by the time we get to the third conversation, either they want nothing to do with you, or you're a freak, or they friend zone you because you're just a real good guy. And the whole time you made it clear that you want to be more than friends. You don't want to be friends. But I always had girls that were like autistic or ADHD, and and as I said before, some people like put in all this hard work, and that's how they get places in life. Some people just, they put in the hard work physically, but they don't really care about the results, and then they get the rewards. Neither of that has been the story of my life. The story of my life has been like, I put in the hard yards, and I really want the rewards. And I put in the hard yards for years on end, or at least months on end, like pushing 1 or 2 years on end, and then I get to the point where it's like, you know what, I'm just going to keep going hard, and even if I never get it, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go hard, and I don't really care. And I literally get to that point where it's genuinely like that, and then it happens, and I don't plan it. It just has happened my whole life. I remember being like, oh my God, like, I remember like crying because I felt I let my cousin down because he came to watch me play a rugby league game, and I lost. No, our team lost. And I remember crying, and he comforted me. And like, we were getting smashed all the time. Then I just get to the point like, I'm just going to keep going, and then next thing you know, we won the, again, Auckland has 33% of the nation's population, so they have like 4 championships. The first and second place goes in to represent that championship and against other ones, and we won our one twice in the space of 5 seasons. And I was just enjoying the games, and just going hard and all that type of thing. And I also believe in like the subconscious, because for years I've always had this thing going on in my mind, WrestleMania 40, and I always thought that meant that, I'm going to go to WrestleMania 40, but then last year I searched up the plane tickets and stuff. It's like $200 to go to WrestleMania, which is cool, but it's like $10,000 to get tickets to go to America. So, I was single for 8 years, and longest relationship I ever had was 9 months. Now I'm in a relationship. And she has ADHD. I've come to terms that where I'm at, how I am, and like, no one's sabotaging my attempts to get to 6 figures anymore. And the areas where I am putting in the hard yards and doing studying it doesn't require having to like lead a group of people or have the approval of a group of people. I'm just having a look over here. I'm going to head back in. And even without these things, so long as your employees are happy and they just your face hasn't even been shown to the people you're working with in order to make the 6 figures, then you're fine. So yeah.